it's Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Today I'm going to show you a video on how to make a pot scrubber out of onion bags. This is a great way to recycle these plastic mesh bags, and it's a really simple way to make a pot scrubber so you can do your dishes and you don't have to buy these in the store. I know they're relatively cheap. You can buy a pack of them at the dollar store, but I like to make things instead of buying them. If I can make it out of something that I already have that would otherwise go in the trash, that to me is a win-win situation. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to do, there are two types of produce bags. There's a softer mesh that's almost like a fabric, and then there are the harder plastic ones. And the really stiff ones are really great, but these are sort of like a medium one. This one's a little feels a little stiffer than the other ones. Most of the time, there will be a label on it. Unfortunately, it used to be that they, this one's coming off pretty good. Just get as much off as you can. On this one, I'm just going to cut down this strip here. Just remove part of it. Some, if you can get the type, the kind that has the label at the top, those are really great because then you don't have to mess with it at all. Alright, so I've got as much of that off as I can. Now I just want to cut this end off. So I have two open ends. You're going to need a needle and thread, and you want to roll it up. If you want, you can also put two bags inside of each other if you want it thicker. I would advise making one first and see what you think, and then if it isn't poofy enough for you, then you can next time you can use two bags. So I'm just going to fold this. The one raw edge is inside my tube that I've rolled up, but I'm just going to go around and fold this other raw edge that was cut in, so it's like a fold, just so there's no raw edges. It doesn't matter, it's just something that if you're a little pickier, like make it look a little nicer. So now you have like a tube like this. Okay, and this is where you just need your needle and thread, and you're going to go through obviously the layer that you folded and then the layer under it, and you just want to do an in and out stitch, like you're doing a running stitch is what you're doing. Since this will come right through, it's not like normal sewing, I'm going to pull a little bit of this out and I'm going to tie this together. Otherwise, when I go to pull it, because we're making a running stitch all the way around like a purse. If you don't know what a running stitch is, like a purse stitch, a drawstring purse sort of. So I've just tied my thread together there so it doesn't come through. Alright, and I'm going to go around on the inside and continue just do in and out. You don't want to do it all the way through. And make sure that you are doing a running stitch. That means don't lock your stitch. Don't make a stitch behind your stitch, because the idea of this is to pull it like a drawstring when we get all the way around. I'm back now. So I have a running stitch that goes all the way around the inside of my tube. Now I'm just going to pull it. And button thread works really good. Or you're gonna, if you don't have button thread, you're gonna need to double your thread. And if it seems like it's being a little tough to gather, just sort of do it by hand here. You don't want to break your thread, obviously. And when you get it, the tube all the way gathered, you're just going to hold it tight, and you want to just do a couple stitches here to lock it in so you don't lose your gather. Now you could stop here if you wanted, but what I like to do is just do a few stitches in the center, sew the two sides together. And I'm going to cut it. And you can just sort of poof it up. Fluff it up. You got the multiple layers in there. Sort of pull them apart a little bit. You can feel it through there. And you have a poof. You have a pot scrubber. So there's the poof. And that's the simple way to recycle and upcycle your onion bags. It's just a good way to reuse that plastic. So this has been Angie from Canterbury Trails Farm. Thanks for joining us. Bye.